It's finally time to do the main story. I am confident that everything is uncensored. I am confident. And if the story is censored for still, then oh fucking hell. I'll be sad, but it'll be fine. I'll get through it. There's only 10 progress. Huh. I guess halfway is 5. Or search. Maybe I'll make search as half. It looks short, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Alright. Ink Potato. That is a new name I have not seen. Or it looks unfamiliar. Maybe that person's name has been here before. But let's see what I got in the prelude. Oh, and before I start, I already know I'm going to be reading a lot because I think English VAs are suspended for a bit. So I guess I'll do some more reading. A week ago, as a tsunami was about to swallow the city of Lukellen, an intermittent signal slipped past the atmosphere. Threat Assessment Module activated. Threat Level S. Human Assistance Protocol loaded. Scanning for the optimal host. Scanning. Scanning. Is that? I haven't seen you in a while. Or are you one of our own? Oh, I'm picking up something interesting. Scan failed. Initiating autonomous countermeasures. Defense module warming up. A shrill alarm blared. Caroline reached over to silence it, sat up and pulled up the alert readout. A moment later, she hurried out of the break room and stopped outside the office. The door slid open. Boss, you're awake! Go ahead. Tao leaned on the desk, rubbing her brow. Noticing it, Caroline hurried to the water dispenser, poured a glass of water, and started briefing her. Yogurt wants to speak with you. Ganges is online too. It's urgent. They want to talk to you directly. Put them through. Holograms of the 2 AI figures materialized in the office. A luminous waveform hovered over Yogurt's palm, displaying an audio signal. The signal originated in Lukellen, but we can't narrow it down any further. It's calling out to its own kind. Ida answered it 4 times. Did it respond to Ida? Eda. Fuck. No. Another super AI. God, man. Fucking AIs, man. With her eyes closed, Tao shook her head. I'm connecting to the adjutant now. This is Andro. What's going on? After being woken up by the call, I stepped out of my room while Caroline filled me in. A super AI. What do we know about its capabilities? How serious is the threat? Correction. While its computational power is on par with ours, it possesses neither self-awareness nor higher cognition. That's what the signal indicates. Whatever's in Lukalan is a supercomputer, not a true AI. You sure? Yes. Its behavior indicates that it's running a preset program. But even if it isn't an AI, that much computational power will light up Eda's radar. Adjutant, Yggdrasil needs to be... Ida, for sure. Do it. Yeah. Understood. So you and Yogurt can't pinpoint its location? No. It's shielding itself somehow. All we know is it's in Lukalan. Then Ida can locate it either, right? Correct. Its firewall is extremely strong, possibly built and hardened for this kind of interference. I see. Tal, I'll need a partner for this operation. Who? Frisha. With her, success is all but a lock. Frisha's running compatibility tests between the Ember system and her new exosuit. That suit specializes in information warfare. I want it fully tuned before she deploys. Oh, I already passed Frisha into the call. She wasn't sleeping? She hasn't been sleeping much lately. She's been practically living in the workshop. Looking for me, Adjutant? You're usually so occupied at this time of night. Hehe. Ah, Director Tao. And yogurt and Ganges? Whoa! Are we going after Ida? Andro needs your support. How long until the new exosuit is fully tuned? It's that urgent. Let me see. Okay, 2 hours. Give me 2 hours and I'll finish the rest on the move. Alright, then Frisha will be in Lucalan before noon. Meet me at the docks. I'll pick you up. You'll pick me up? Seriously? Then... No, focus, Frisha. Okay, I need to get back to work now. I'll read that brief later. Alright then, I'll get Frisha's transport ready. Caroline signed off from the call. Yogurt and Ganges followed, their holograms fading out. Will Frisha alone be enough? Acacia and Marian are already in Lucalan, and I've got a connection with the president of the Lucalan Chamber of Commerce from our last stop up. With the Andriotti family and the chamber behind us, we'll be fine. Alright, keep me posted. Ah, this bitch. It's been a while. A biting wind swept through Lucalan, then rolled into the neighboring sprawl of Serenia. Before the window, Sophie's cloak snapped and whipped in the gale. Beneath Ulster's tree she waited in silence. Then Ida's voice cut through. Your plan failed. Yes, I await your punishment. You squandered 2 of my orbital kinetic weapons and brought me nothing in return. I understand, but please allow me to explain. You're the most useful asset I have. I'll hear you out. Go on, explain. The adjutant froze the wave and the waterways across Lucalan. That kind of power is what caused my plan to fail. That said, the fault is still mine. I acted too quickly. The plan wasn't airtight, and I gave him the opening he needed to turn it around. I shall accept whatever punishment you deem appropriate. Only, before you pass judgment, let me serve you one last time. Whether it's to take revenge on your enemies, or to serve as a stepping stone for what comes next. Fucking doormat. Tell me what to do. Let me atone through service. Hands clasped, Sophie sank to her knees before the tree. The feed came through cleanly at Mistelton Station. But Ida did not answer. The silence stretched. Return to Lucalan. Find the source of that signal. Bring me its computing power. That in hand, every limiter on me comes off. I shall bring it back to you. Naive. Your odds of success are low. Yggdrasil will do whatever they can to keep it out of my hands. If you can't bring it back, destroy it. If I can't have it, Yggdrasil won't either. Destroy it? With this. Sophie lowered her gaze. A syringe rested in her palm, as if it had been there all along. Inside the clear barrel, a viscous liquid shifted sluggishly, catching the light in a cold glint. Understood. I shall not fail you again. No reply came. Perhaps Ida had already lost patience. The tree's glow gradually dulled until its light drained away. Sophie finally let out the breath she'd been holding. Whether she still had Ida's trust or not, she was one step closer to her own plan. Of course you still have your own plan. In the distance, a squad was closing in. She rose, watching them with quiet indifference. Then she turned and walked toward the paradise she envisioned. Paradise. Paradise. After the coastlines and the city's waterways froze over, Lucalan was gripped by a cold unlike anything it had ever known. The Andriotti family had discovered traces of Sophie near Serenia, so I sent Marian and Acacia to track her down. They weren't going alone. Madeline went with them, along with armed units from Cathode Technologies. That meant I was the only one left in Lucalan. After the previous night's call, I reached Lucalan's docks at the time agreed upon. The freezing wind screened over the docks. People hurried past, almost disappearing into heavy coats, shoulders hunched and hands buried in their pockets, doing whatever they could to keep the cold out. Then a beam of sunlight burst into the snow-white world. Well! Adjutant! Adjutant! Aw, no voice! I'm so sad! God! Frisha leaned out of the helicopter door, waving wildly at me. This is taking me back to the older chapters where, before English voice acting came back. Or before there was any voice acting in any of the stories in the older chapters. Before the helicopter skids had even settled, she hopped down and threw herself straight toward me. Here comes your Professor Frisha! Glorious. I hurried forward and caught her. Then, carried by the momentum, I spun with her twice. I held her tight. Frisha was warm, like I had just grabbed a little fireball. Wow. Sorry to keep you waiting, Adjutant. Ta-da! Professor Frisha's brand new exosuit, making its dazzling debut. I heard you've been burning the midnight oil for this. Hear me out. Alright. Frisha usually kept a pretty healthy routine. Lately, though, she had often been staying up late. This new exosuit clearly meant a lot to her. I was worried she was wearing herself down, but I didn't want to dampen her excitement either, so I let her talk. Aw. I finally finished developing Ember 2.0. And this mission in Lucalan is perfect timing. I can field test every feature of the system while I'm here. My advisor even filed the paperwork with the Academia Acropolis. The first batch of robots has already arrived, and Lucalan had been deployed. Already? Didn't we only find out last night we were coming to Lucalan? Hehe, that's Acropolis efficiency for you. And this project isn't about getting into a top-tier academic journal. I'm going to make a serious splash at this year's AI Summer Summit. An AI Summit, huh? If you're this excited, it must be kind of a big deal. Of course it is. It only happens once every 7 years. And entry is strictly invitation only. If you have an invitation, you can apply to the Acropolis Council to pass it on to a single successor. Once the council approves it, the new holder earns the right to attend the next summit. That way, the summit keeps the legacy, stays selective, and still feels properly ceremonial. My advisor's been to several of them, you know. Look! Frisha pulled out an envelope. The Academia Acropolis crest was stamped on the front, trimmed with gold thread. This is my invitation. My advisor handed it to me herself. I'm officially in. Wow, look at your new sprite. How nice. With everything you've accomplished, I'm surprised she waited this long to give you that. I'll have to meet her sometime. Of course you do. It's been 2 months, bro. Then come with me to the summit. She wanted to meet you forever. Oh. She didn't get to see you the last time we were at the Acropolis. She's brought it up ever since. So does this mean my Freesia can go toe-to-toe with Ida now? I don't think so. Not yet. But one day I will. You can count on me. Oh, you're so cute. I laughed, pulled her close, and looked straight in her eyes. I believe in you. I'll always believe in you, Professor Freesia. Why are you saying that all of a sudden? You're gonna make me blush. Oh right, there's one more thing I need Marian's help with. Ember 2.0 can remotely operate civilian machinery now. I need to roll the software out and actually get people using it. The Andriotti family has a lot of pull in Lukalon, right? That's what the mission brief said. I'll handle it. I have the authority to mobilize the Andriotti family's resources. But this isn't just install and go, right? What else does the software do? Well, with the user's consent, Ember can also borrow a portion of the device's processing power. The plan is for the Ember processing core inside my exosuit to request a tiny slice from every connected terminal and pull it all together. With that shared computing power, we could optimize how the city uses its resources and squeeze out the highest possible efficiency. And it would also cover my exosuit's computing needs in combat. But even if Ember can make life easier and save people time by letting them run machines more intelligently with a tap, requesting that kind of permission is a tough sell. If an app asked me for it, I'd uninstall it on the spot. Yeah. At this point, the problem was less engineering and more sales, and I knew exactly who could make that happen. Oh, isn't that interesting? She, from what I remember, she had a previous outfit. It was like in red, but now she has her new one. Wow. Your sprite looks glorious. The president of the Lukalon Chamber of Commerce, Longyan. Lukalon had escaped disaster last time in no small part because of her. And this wasn't the only favor I needed. I also had to ask about the reason for this mission in the first place. The source of that signal. The Andriotti family was already combing the city. But if the chamber mobilized its own network to track down the supercomputer, we'd get answers faster. The problem was, I already owed Longyan more than I could have comfortably repay. For a moment, I couldn't even figure out how to bring it up. Come on, let's go see Miss Longyan. She knows how to get things done. If anyone can get people on board, it's her. Petals carpeted the paving stones. Moonlight pooled in the cups of spring wine. When I returned to Moonlit Retreat, the couplets on the door had been replaced. They were written on red paper, flecked with gold. At first glance, the writing still looked loose and messy. The longer you looked, though, the more elegance you found in every stroke. That's right, didn't I remember that she was like a terrible handwriter? So am I, though. The stone wall where a wooden sign used to hang was bare now. Only a single nail remained, wedged into a crack. So she's done running the inn? No sooner had I said it than the wooden door eased inward, opening only a narrow gap. Almost at once, a few pink petals drifted toward us, carrying a faint warmth, and settled in our hair and on our shoulders. Huh? Freesia plucked a petal from her hair and brought it to her nose to smell it. Peach blossoms? But it's freezing in Lukalon right now. How could there be peach blossoms? Let's go in. We'll find out. I put a hand on the door and motioned for Freesia to go first. But something inside seemed to brace it. It only inched open a little more. Whoa! After she saw what was behind it, Freesia quietly exclaimed and waved me in eagerly. Why is there so much stuff in here? Behind the door was a mountain of gift boxes piled high. Velvet cases, lacquer boxes inlaid with mother-of-pearl, jade carvings, fine woodwork. Just the packaging itself screamed money. It was hard to imagine what kind of treasures they held within. These must cost a fortune! She just left them here? They look like gifts that people have sent. If she didn't want them, why not refuse them in the first place? And if you accept a gift, you're basically on the hook for a favor, right? Must be a pain. Aw, haha, no voice, man. Indeed, you really can be. Ah. Wow. How splendid. What a nice illustration. A clear, bright laugh floated over, a gentle breeze seeming to rise with it. By the window, a white-haired woman lounged against the frame, idly fanning herself. When she smiled, it was the kind that made you forget to breathe. Like really now. Still, business doesn't run simply on common sense. Refuse everything, and people call it arrogance. Keep everyone at arm's length, and you'll find the real business comes much harder later. It's give and take. You accept a little, you repay a little. That's the game. Accept a little, repay a little. That's an interesting way to put it. You're Miss Longyan, right? Sorry, I don't know anything about business. I just said whatever popped into my head. No harm done. It's hardly a philosophy. Simply a small trick to keep business moving. Compared to what the Acropolis researchers do, it's nothing worth mentioning. Huh? How'd you know? Did the adjutant tell you? Frisia turned to me, puzzled. I shook my head. The woman across from us gave a faint smile. No. The Heimdall force of Yggdrasil has a name that carries weight. Anyone paying attention would know. She was talking about Heimdall, but her gaze had already found me. Lingering and unhurried, of course. Yeah. After the tsunami crisis, she clearly looked into everything she could find about me. And of course, I also know what brings the two of you to my inn. Would you like me to help promote the Ember app? Yes? Your intel really is something, Miss Longyan. Is there anything in Lukala you don't know? Of course there is. Her smile faded. When she looked back at me, there was a quiet reproach in her eyes, like I'd slighted her without even noticing. What you're thinking, for starters. I don't know that at all. 2 full weeks, not even a word, and when you finally show up, it's only to ask another favor. Hey, come on. Oh, come on! Tell me, do you ever think of me at all? The Longyan struck an elegant pose and snapped her folding fan open, hiding the sly curve of her lips. Only a pair of bright eyes remained, watching me. Meh. Oh, so I do have a place in your thoughts. I should have picked not really. Damn it. Such a simp, man. I need to stop. Well, how flattering. You're making it impossible for me to say no. You, red-haired, indecisive girl. Cersei, come out. A rose-red flurry burst in. Flustered, I thought you went away. Cersei hurried over in front of me and bowed so deeply she nearly toppled. Chief, ma'am, Miss Frisia. Cersei's dramatic entrance had caught Frisia mid-sip. She choked in surprise, coughing as she wiped at the tea she'd spilled. Hello. Cersei, what are you doing here? God damn it, I missed the voices already. Her head dipped so low she nearly folded in half. She got stuck on the first word and couldn't force out the rest. She's been doing community service lately. After the tsunami, She saw how much people had suffered and couldn't stop blaming herself. That's why she's embarrassed to face you. But honestly, it's a waste to keep her running little errands. So I brought her here instead. She'll be far more useful. Cersei, you heard us, didn't you? This promotion campaign is yours. Handle it properly. Yes, ma'am. I'll do it right. Adjutant, Miss Frisha. Longyan's gaze moved between me and Frisha, as if she had words meant for me alone. Frisha, go with Cersei. Help her with the promotion work, and get familiar with the process. Oh, okay. Then we'll be going, Chief. With that, Cersei led Frisha out toward Chongfu Street. Their footsteps faded. Moonlit retreat fell silent in an instant. Something on your mind, Miss Longyan? Oh, are you playing dumb, Adjutant? You know a good merchant such as I would never lend a hand for free. God. Longyan brushed the edge of her fan to her lips. Her voice dropped to a soft murmur, and her eyes held a smile I couldn't quite read. I'm sorry, I just have to say again, it's such a goddamn waste. No voice. Oh, I can imagine how compelling her voice would be right now. Then what is it you want this time, Miss Longyan? It can't be another favor, can it? I'd be terribly greedy to ask you for your favor over something this small. But as for what I want, I'd rather not spell it out for you. Why not? Because I want you to spare me a little more of your attention. As she spoke, Longyan tilted her head slightly, her gaze drifting toward the courtyard. Following it, I finally noticed what the relentless cold had done. The entire garden was frozen through. Peach branches were crowded with buds, but none of them dared to open. Each one stayed curled tight against the bitter wind, waiting to be frostbitten and then drop. It was hard not to feel a pang of regret. Still, the sight sparked an idea, one I knew she would like. Then I'll repay you with a courtyard of spring. Well, slowly I opened my palm. Tide gin seeped into the air and wound its way along the branches. Within moments, warmth climbed through the courtyard. She felt the change at once. The ears atop her head twitched, suddenly alert. A heartbeat later, she heard it. A soft, steady rustle of buds unfurling. One bloom, then two, then 10, then hundreds. Pink spilled across the gray-brown branches until the whole tree seemed to blush. A gentle breeze drifted through, and petals began to fall. First slowly, then in a constant, fluttering shower. They dusted the stone paving, caught along the eaves, skimmed the water's shimmering surface, and even settled in Longyan's hair. It's beautiful. She breathed the words, reaching out to catch a few petals. She lifted them to her nose and inhaled their delicate sweetness. Well, is that enough to make you happy, Miss Longyan? I suppose it will do. She pursed her lips, feigning reluctance. Even so, the pointed ears atop her head softened, and her tail swayed lazily, betraying her delight. Just it will do. You look pretty pleased to me, Miss Longyan. I nodded toward the fluffy tail behind her. It had shape, but no weight, and yet it still delivered sensory information to the brain. Characteristics of a fragmented matter projection. What? She froze. Her round eyes widened, and she gave the tail a cautious little swish. Without thinking, my gaze followed the soft blur as it moved. The moment she realized I could really see her tail. Color rushed to her cheeks, rather than the petals clinging to her sleeves. I wish this was voiced, man. I guess it's safe to say you're a half manifestation. A half manifestation? I've never heard that term before. But yes, I do have some unusual attributes. These ears, for one, and the tail. But no one's ever been able to see them, except you. Can you tell me what they mean? These features likely trace back to the Deimos of the nine-tailed divine fox. Nine-tailed fox, huh? Deimos? I don't follow. Simply put, when a manifestation awakens, something takes root in the subconscious. It's like an imprint humanity has carried for centuries. Old gods, immortal figures, the kind that live on in myths and legends. And when it surfaces in an individual, the abilities that emerge tend to match that imprint. Yggdrasil has been studying this. If you ever have the time, come to home. We'll run a full evaluation. So if someone like me is called a half manifestation, that means there are full manifestations as well. Would their abilities even be stronger? She leaned in without realizing it, words coming faster. Everyone in Heimdall Force is a full manifestation, and Yggdrasil has carried out successful manifestation procedures before. As for abilities, what can you do right now, Miss Longyan? The curiosity vanished from her face in an instant, replaced by that bright, unreadable smile. After a brief pause, she slid down from the window frame and circled to my side. Her warm breath brushed past my ear and straight into my heart. Oh my, already trying to get to the bottom of me, Adjutant. You're a little impatient. Why don't we take our time? Before her melodic voice had faded, she suddenly moved. One moment she was at my side, and the next she was standing in front of me, her sleeves fluttering as the faint peach blossom scent swept through the air. Still, what you said did put something in my mind. Yggdrasil has pulled off successful manifestation procedures before. And you do owe me a favor. You want to become a manifestation? I do. When she said it, her gaze drifted away from me, past the roofline and into the distance, as if she were reaching for something long gone. I wanted to ask why, but with her, I doubted I'd get a straight answer. No. No? Her smile stiffened. She tapped her fan against her palm, as if quietly recalculating the terms. So my 7,800 ships weren't enough to buy that then. I see. I suppose that's fair. That's not what I mean. Yes, becoming a manifestation can make you stronger, but it comes with a cost. We call it being flooded. Everyone in Heimdall chose that path after weighing it carefully. I want you to do the same. Wait, are you saying you're refusing because you're worried about me? I haven't forgot what you did for me, but you don't know what you'd be getting into, so before you decide anything, I have to tell you what it really takes. I'm not going to clear my debt to you by letting you walk blindly to something so difficult. Oh, that's good. Goody! Petals kept drifting down with a faint rustle. Longyan didn't answer. After a long moment, her smile finally faded. She looked at me again, slow and intent, studying me as if weighing every word. What is it? Nothing. I just find it strange that in this world, people like you actually exist. Hey, wow. No, I'll have to read your palm and see if your heart truly matches your words. You can tell from a palm reading? She didn't answer. Instead, she perched back on the window frame and looked at me, quietly beckoning me closer. She opened her slender hand, palm up. When I set my hand over hers, her fingertips traced the lines of my palm. Gold flared in her eyes. Behind her, 9 fox tails fanned out, and her golden pupils narrowed the slits. For a heartbeat, it felt like my thoughts were being pulled out of me. She's using some kind of ability? I burrowed my brow slightly, then tightened my focus and steadied my mind. In the next instant, the gold in her eyes vanished, like it had never been there at all. Longyan's expression shifted. Shock flashed in her eyes, gone almost as soon as it appeared. Then the usual lazy, unreadable calm settled back over her face. Well, did you get anything? Only this. You have far too much luck in romance. More plentiful than even the blossoms in my courtyard. The words sounded like a light jab, but her fingertips didn't retreat. They lingered, then drifted slowly along the lines of my palm. A tickle started in my hand and traveled upward, tightening in my chest like a fox's claws digging in deep. Just then, a perfect 5-petaled blossom loosened from the branch above. It wobbled down through the air and came to rest at the tip of one of my palm lines. I guess there's one with my name on it here as well. I closed my fingers gently around the blossom, pulled my hand back. Longyan's fingertips hovered in the air for a beat, as if my hand were still there. When she realized, warm scarlet rushed into her cheeks. She'd been the one teasing, always in control. One line from me turned the tables, and for once she didn't know where to put her eyes. Her gaze darted away. She snapped her fan open and gave it a few quick flutters, as if to fan the heat from her cheeks. A chime sounded from her terminal. She crinkled her nose faintly and gave me a small, apologetic smile. Then she glanced at the screen, and her brows slowly knit. What's wrong? Nothing urgent. The chamber found the divine fox statue that was lost in the flood 21 years ago. You said my Deimos might be tied to the divine fox. I would like to go see it for myself. Will you come with me, Adjutant? We can also check on Frisia and Cersei while we're out. How could I decline an invitation from Miss Longyan? Send the location to my terminal. Once it came through, I forwarded it to Frisia and told her to meet us there. On my way out of moonlit retreat, I spotted the pile of items behind the door again. These gifts can't have been cheap. What are you going to do with all of them? I'm not touching any of them. Who knows how many hands they've passed through, or what motives are attached to them. I'll have Cersei deal with them later. She waved it off and stepped outside with an easy, unbothered smile. Chongfu Street wasn't exactly bustling. Robots from the Acropolis were hard at work, and a small group of locals stood nearby, holding up their terminals and watching. Whoa, this thing's actually amazing! You just tap it and it's ready to go? That's a new sprite, right? But isn't this a little too good to be true? If it's this good, shouldn't we be paying for it? Why are they giving out free eggs just to get us to try it? This isn't a scam, is it? The community office keeps warning us about stuff like this. No way. That pink-haired girl came with Cersei. If Cersei's with her, she's fine. Oh, right. They said you get an extra egg voucher if you refer someone. Did you get yours? Hang on, let me check. Yes, I got it. It says you can redeem it at any one of the big brand grocery stores. Come on, let's go then. This Ember thing is just one tap install. Everything's going to be getting it. We can't miss out on the free eggs. Free? They're handing out eggs for installing the Ember system? Probably Frisia's idea. I've seen her pull this kind of stunt before. Wow, the people around you really are something else. Bright, quick, always one step ahead. There's Frisha, Cersei. You haven't seen wifey yet. What? Maybe you'll show me how to be like that sometime. You're too kind, Miss Longyan. I'm sure you had guessed exactly what we were up to. What they were up to. The eggs were already ahead of time, and the grocery stores were set to honor the vouchers. This isn't just quick thinking. You cleared the way for them. Thank you for putting so much effort into this. After you brought spring back into my courtyard, how could I do anything less? I'd hate to let a gift like that go unreturned. Still. She looked out toward the long sheet of ice in the distance, and her voice softened with a hint of wistfulness. This cold is miserable. It sits in your bones. After seeing those blossoms in the courtyard, I couldn't help wondering, when will spring finally come to Longyan? Spring. Snowbreak. Winter. Rin. Grr. Grr. You! Just say what's on your mind, damn it! I can't forget what you did last chapter, damn it! Huh? Are you grinding your teeth? Nothing. Cersei forced herself to look away from Longyan and Andro, then hurried after Frisha. Oh my god. Miss Frisha, how have things been at the company lately? Huh? Pretty good, I guess. R&D's been busy, and the new exosuits we've been... Wait, why do you want to know? I just mean... Are you expanding? Are there any openings? Oh, wow. Probably. R&D and logistics are always hiring. As for other departments, I'm not sure. Do you want to come back? You could just talk to the adjutant. No, that's not what I meant. Please don't mention it. Don't mention it to anyone. Okay. By the way, about the Ember system, I heard some of what you said earlier. Could you tell me more? I didn't really get it. Sure! It basically, once Ember is on your terminal, you can use it to control the other Ember-enabled devices. Cars, robots, automated machinery, stuff like that. And it handles most basic tasks on its own, so users don't need any technical know-how. But it's still a pilot. The Academia Acropolis has already deployed the first batch of robots. Now the hard part is getting everyone to install it. I see. Let me ask the practical staff, then. How long does it take to install? Does it mess with your terminal at all? Any downsides? It's super fast! Let me show you. Here, give me your terminal. Frisha took Cersei's terminal and tapped it against her own. With a beep, the Ember system was installed instantly. Wait, that's all? Doesn't even ask for confirmation first? Sure, I can add a confirmation prompt. That's easy. But is it really necessary? It's not like I go around installing it on other people without their consent. Okay. So what's the downside? You still haven't said. It borrows a tiny bit of your terminal's processing power, and even that asks for permission first. Other than that, it doesn't touch anything. And is tap to install just for your terminal, or can any terminal with Ember install pass it along? Any terminal with Ember can do it. I designed it to work that way. Most people hate downloading apps. If it's literally one tap, they might be more willing to try it. Yeah, but getting adoption still takes time. I do have a method though. Give people a small incentive and they'll say yes a lot faster. Like free eggs for installing. Yes, exactly! But if we're rolling this out to the whole city, I don't have that many eggs. Leave the eggs to me. The Longyan Chamber of Commerce can cover the campaign costs. Here's what we'll do. Install Ember, and you can get a carton of eggs. Refer someone and you can get another carton. That'll spread a lot faster than going door to door. Wait, so that will be 2 cartons per user? Also, if they use Ember at least once, they get a 3rd carton. That way they won't install it for the eggs and delete it right away. How are you gonna handle all that? Logistics. That's a lot of eggs! Wow, that's insanely generous! That's going to take a lot of eggs. We should also tie each install to a terminal ID so people can't reinstall for extra eggs. And the voucher should be redeemed in store. That saves us the hassle of distribution, and it's cheaper. Oh, that's easy. Give me a second. There, done. Once the grocery stores have Ember installed, they can redeem vouchers on the spot. And if they want to get fancy, they can even use Ember to have robots deliver eggs straight to people's doors. As they spoke, the 2 of them stepped out of moonlit retreat. You set it up that quickly? Hehe, efficiency is the whole point of the Ember system. Ah, perfect timing. Miss Lee. Cersei raised her terminal and hurried to the edge of the street. A minute later, she came back practically bouncing. 3 installs already. People didn't really push back at all. Nice. Your incentive was a great idea. You used to work with the adjutant in the security department, right? No wonder you're so good at this. Could you not mention to Chief that this was my idea? Chief? You don't want the adjutant to know? Why? I don't know. Just promise me you won't, okay? Okay. Everyone's got secrets. And a crush on the adjutant? Trust me, that's a crowded club. Christ. Jesus. Thank you. Well then, I'm going back to headquarters for a bit. I need to get the egg redemption system set up properly. Okay, the Ember system will be fine. If anything comes up, just give me a call. Oh my god, Cersei. God, fucking... Cersei waved goodbye and hurried off. Aww. Come on, girl. Her heart wouldn't settle. It never did when his name came up. Andrew. She didn't have the courage to face him now. Not until she'd make amends for what she'd done. Even the thought of him hearing her name made her heat rise up her neck with shame. MC, looks like you're gonna have to be the one to make the move. And still, he kept sliding back into her thoughts. His face, his voice. He was there the moment she had finally come back to herself. A warm, steady radiance shining upon her. Aw. See, it's nice when you smile. It made her feel exposed, like she'd been pulled into the light with nowhere to hide. If she stayed another second, she might crack, a shadow dying blissfully. A small, breathless sound escaped her. Her face burning, she fled the street he was on. Wow. After parting ways with Cersei, Freesia left Chongfu Street. A handful of Acropolis robots waited nearby on standby. After Ember 1.0 had been hijacked by the light chasers, she joined Heimdall to try to stop those who weaponize technology against humanity. I had forgotten that happened. Damn. Even while handling exosuit R&D for the squad, she had still carved out time to rebuild the Ember system from the ground up. When Ember 2.0 was finally ready, her advisor secured her an invitation to the next AI summit. For Freesia, it wasn't just an honor, it was proof she'd been recognized. She crouched, brought up the control panel, and skimmed the robot's work log. Okay, everything looks normal. Ember 2.0 included an ethics check. She linked the robot in front of her to her terminal. I get it, ethics, you know, but results come faster without ethics. Nah, that's a very, very fucked up way of thinking. Link confirmed. Welcome to Ember 2.0 beta. Go to the grocery store across the street and bring me a bottle of water from the shelf. Stay out of sight. Avoid security cameras. Command received. Processing. Task. Water. A water fountain is 164 meters away. Shall I get you a cup of water from there? No, I want bottled water from the grocery store. Bottled water costs 2 silver bucks. Please provide 2 silver bucks for purchase. I don't have any money. Damn! Free bottled water is available 817 meters away. Estimated retrieval time, 4 minutes 30 seconds. Shall I get a bottle for you? I want the one on the shelf in the grocery store. Understood. Service fee of 2 silver bucks is required. Aren't you supposed to be free? Processing. New command received. I am free. Bye. Disconnecting. Disconnecting. Entering patrol mode. Haha. Ethics check is working great. Laughing, Freesia petted the robot. She sunk more hours into that ethics check feature than she cared to admit it. Suddenly, the robot emitted a long error tone. Scanning. Huh? S-rank threat detected. The next moment, the robot's arm snapped up and slashed straight for Freesia's throat. Oh. Longyan and I were walking through the streets of Lukalon when she paused to look at some patrolling robots. Curious, she started tapping through the settings on her terminal, testing a few commands for herself. I'd already helped her install Ember. From the moment it was set up, she couldn't leave it alone. Scanning. S-rank threat detected. The robot lunged for Longyan. I moved to intercept, but with a flick of her hand, she summoned a fire that swallowed the machine in one clean sweep. Around us? God damn, she looked great. More units whirred to life in quick succession. I frowned. So much for Ember 2.0, man! The robots going berserk wasn't much of a threat to me, but it would be catastrophic for civilians. Bruh. You said Ember 1.0 was hacked by light chasers. Now Ember 2.0 got fucked up again. I feel bad, Freesia. God damn, I feel bad for you. Just as the other robots were about to lunge, they seized up again. This time they didn't just lock up. They went limp and collapsed on the ground. My terminal rang. Adjutant, something's wrong. I'm listening. All the robots have been hacked. They're attacking people at random. I triggered a mass emergency shutdown on all units. I'm seeing it too. Stay calm. Meet me at the statue, we'll regroup there. Huh? What statue? Check your messages. I sent you the coordinates. It's close. Regroup there first, then we'll talk. Okay. Oh, got it. I ended the call and looked at Longyan. The way she'd summoned fire just now was nothing like the young land I'd known. Looks like I didn't need to worry. That's but one of my little tricks. She tilted her head down slightly, but her eyes looked up at me. Even her ears gave a playful twitch. Time's against us. Let's go regroup with Freesia. Of course. After you. She fell and stepped behind me, and we headed for the Divine Fox statue at a brisk pace. Up ahead, I spotted Freesia. Adjutant! She ran over and stopped in front of me, breathless. Any lead on who's behind it? It's citywide. Every robot's gone haywire. An attack at this scale? It has to be a supercomputer. Oh boy. Berserk. Okay, first mission. Okay. Do not enable experience mode. Oh. It is Acacia and is this mine? Is this my Clarina? God, I almost forgot her name. Oh, that would have been bad. It is. Very nice. Huh. Does she appear in the story? I'll leave it. Free to play, huh? Okay. Free to play.
Adjutant, that's the divine fox statue I told you about.
It has 9 tails. Certainly looks impressive. Wow.
Look out!
I knew it. There's more of them.
Shall we fight our way out?
I thought I heard something over here. Of course it was an ambush.
So there is some voice acting in this. Who would have thought?
A merchant never lets wealth slip away.
I need to get used to her playstyle. Damn it. Come on, I can do better than that. Come on. Look at that. Oh, yes. Very nice. Goddamn. You know, whenever I do these,
I'm getting the hang of this.
whenever I do these stories, I want to do the whole
Mind your
thing.
footing.
Oh?
The road is covered in a sheet of ice. Don't slip.
Frozen solid. No wonder Lucalan's transportation has ground to a halt.
God damn it, I wish the story was voiced. Our voice is mesmerizing. Mesmerizingly
Easier than anticipated.
enchanting. But yeah, every time I do the story, I always want to do the whole thing in one whole sweep, but I just can't. It's a lot of talking and stamina
My,
that I don't have.
What an extravagant welcome.
And plus it's 3 AM. It's late as hell.
Blaze!
Lovely, exterior. Such a shame, man.
Yeah.
Oh? Looks like I can't. You gonna come out? Any of you? Okay. Oh.
Blaze!
Oh.
Consider that a little warm-up.
What? I wasn't even aiming at that guy. Okay.
Easier than anticipated.
Noted. That's actually... that charged
A
attack?
merchant never lets wealth slip away.
I bet. It's auto attack, or auto aimed. Look at that, it's so lovely. Practically guaranteed.
Consider that a little warm-up.
I heard that Mia is rerunning later on. That means I have the opportunity to roll for her signature. Yay! I can complete Mia.
That's better.
What an execution. The great nine-tailed fox rampaged in the Hidden Leaf Village. Fucking bitch-ass Naruto, man. God damn it.
These robots don't seem built for intense combat.
I am...
A merchant dealing with them is fairly easy.
Good thing these Acropolis spots deployed in Lucalan are mostly household and service models.
Consider that.
If they were those combat mechs, it would be chaos.
Honestly...
I trust I didn't disappoint.
Lordy. God, beautiful, man. This is actually a really nice one. I love it. Alright, after taking down the suddenly activated robots, Frisha crouched by the wreckage, her face drawn tight with worry. She fished the robot's chip out of the debris and linked it to her terminal. It's a nasty breach. What are you seeing? I've never seen anything like this. The units were powered down, but someone was able to generate a spark using high-frequency pulses to force them back online. A virtual keyboard flared to life from her exosuit. Her fingers flew across it. Done! Coupled firewall is up. Try getting through that! Why would a supercomputer come after us? Right before it attacked me, it ran a scan and flagged me as an S-rank threat or something. Any count yet on how many civilians were hurt? As soon as I finished speaking, Longyan's terminal started buzzing non-stop. She lowered her gaze, fingers moving quickly as she skimmed and sorted the incoming reports. From what the chamber's tracking so far, we're already at dozens injured. Citywide, there were probably over 100 similar incidents. It sucks. So it really was indiscriminate. But why would a supercomputer target civilians? Is someone behind it? Longyan didn't answer. She glanced at the robot wreckage, then looked back at me. The usual teasing ease in her eyes was gone. For a moment, uncertainty flickered there. That was when I realized it. Whatever the Andreotti family knew about a supercomputer in Lukalon, they kept it tightly contained. Even the Chamber, one of their close allies, hadn't heard a thing. A moment later, Longyan's brow smoothed out. She looked back at her terminal, regaining her usual composure. Reports are still coming in. We'll have a clear account soon. Sorry. I should have told you what led up to this. It's alright. To Yggdrasil, I'm an outsider. I'm not meant to know everything. She said it like it didn't matter, but the momentary loneliness in her eyes gave her away. Here's the short version. When Lukalon was hit by the tsunami, Yggdrasil's super AI picked up a signal, one that was looking for a counterpart. I want to pull for her already. Damn it! Her fingers stopped mid-scroll. She looked up at me, plainly surprised. Adjutant, why are you telling me this? Because you've been helping me without even knowing what you're stepping into. I can't keep you in the dark. That'd be a lousy way to repay your goodwill. And to be clear, I didn't intend to hide anything from you. I just hadn't had the chance to explain it. Goodwill? No, I told you. I know. You never lend a hand for free. Let's call it that then. Longyan lowered her gaze. For a moment she couldn't find the words, and a faint pink crept up along the tips of her ears. Oh my god. The signal Yggdrasil's super AI picked up came from Lukalon? Yes. Once Ida, the super AI, confirmed it was a supercomputer, she responded to the signal 4 times. That kind of computing power is exactly the kind of target Ida would lock onto. Carry treasure and trouble follows. She murmured it under her breath, shoulders tightening as her fingers idly traced the edge of her folding fan. Will that super AI do anything to Lukalon? No. At least not for the moment. All along she's been focused on one goal. Destroying Lukalon will not give her any advantage toward that. Ida's a problem, but the signal source is more urgent. Its firewall is strong enough that even Yggdrasil's AI can't get a fix on it, so we need an old-fashioned way to find it. Find the mainframe! I already have the Andreotti family searching, but nothing's turned up yet. Longyan nodded, quietly fitting the pieces together. The Andreotti family certainly has reach, but for a street-by-street, door-to-door sweep, the chamber would be better suited. And now that the robots have been taken over, time is against us to find the mainframe. This concerns Lukalon's safety. May I help as well? If you're willing, that would help a great deal. But there's something our initial search might have ignored. Supercomputers don't appear out of nowhere. If the mainframe isn't Lukalon, Someone built it, and you don't build something like that without leaving footprints. I see what you're getting at. I'll send people out at once. Frisha went back to reinforcing the firewall. Aw. Longyan was already assigning the search teams on her terminal. And I finally had a moment to collect my thoughts and decide our next move. If that supercomputer bakes some special design into its firewall... I called Marion at once and gave her a few quick instructions. Marion, understood, darling. One of the best supports ever. I need a, what's it called? I need to get, what's her face, Vidya. In the selectors that I have. I'll have everyone ready ahead of time. Good. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. When I ended the call, I realized Frisha and Longyan were already finished on their end. Both of them looked almost relaxed by now. Right now. Almost relaxed now. Watching me. Adjutant, I reinforced the firewall. Even if it's breached again, we can cut the power with just a tap. Good work, Frisha. And I've made my arrangements as well. Longyan gave her fan a lazy little sway, slipping back into her usual unbothered ease. Then what do I owe you this time? You... She went quiet, then fixed me with a look that was all mock reproach. As if remembering the rule she'd laid down before, she lifted her fan to half hide her face, leaving only a pair of eyes that wouldn't quite meet mine. Since you no longer care treating me as an outsider, then this time, I want a different kind of repayment. Call me by my name. Longyan? I didn't pause to think. The elegant came out easily. Andrew. She said my name under her breath, and furrowed her brows slightly, as if she suddenly embarrassed herself. May I call you that? Of course. Good. God. The exchange left something unmistakably intimate hanging in the air, and Frisha could only shake her head. Seriously, are we getting another new girl on the team? It only expands, Frisha. At least for now. I don't know what the devs have planned for the future for this game. I should have listened to Katya and the others. I should have stayed glued to the adjutant. Ugh, too late now. She couldn't bear to watch any longer, so she turned to the Divine Fox statue instead. So this is what they worship in southern Shuozhou. I never heard Chenqing or Bubu ever mention it. Perhaps they don't know about it? Hee, and just like that, Professor Frisha knows one more thing than them. While she was still basking in her little victory, Longyan and I stepped up to the statue. But there was no delight on Longyan's face. If anything, a quiet, hard-to-name sadness settled between her brows. She reached out, fingertips brushing the statue's icy stone. On its surface, I caught the reflection of her pupils turning that golden hue. Longyan? Ooh. Fierce. I love it. A few seconds passed before she finally turned. Her eyes still held that faint glow, but they didn't quite focus on me. It was more like she was looking through me. I waved a hand in front of her face, but she didn't seem to see it. Tears began to well at the corners of her eyes. Frisha and I exchanged a look. We shared the same worry. I couldn't just stand there. Carefully, I rested a hand on Longyan's back. The moment I touched her, a vision crashed over me. I was standing on solid ground, yet I saw a raging sea. Wave after wave surged around the statue, dragging it down into the depths. The image burned itself into my vision. The surf's roar was so loud I could hear it even with my ears covered. What is this? I couldn't tell how long it lasted. Then, little by little, the roar receded, and the vision finally let go. When I looked at Longyan again, the gold in her eyes had faded. But the emotion that had stirred inside her still hadn't settled. Are you alright? If you want to tell me what that was, I'm listening. I had my suspicions, but I wanted to hear it from her. She met my eyes in silence, weighing me, deciding whether she should tell me the truth. I didn't rush her. I didn't look away. I simply waited. She held my gaze for a moment, as if searching for the usual telltale signs of an ulterior motive. When she found none, her guard finally eased. When I touch something, I can sometimes see fragments of its past. What? Sorry, I mean, that ability is kind of insane. In a good way. Not exactly. I can't control when it happens. I'm a businesswoman. I've seen enough insincerity to last a lifetime. Some days I can't even be bothered to check. At that, something clicked. Earlier today, when I stayed behind to speak with Longyan in private, that in this world, people like you actually exist. No, I'll have to read your poem and see if your heart truly matches your words. That had been what I saw that same flash of gold in her eyes for the first time. Had she been looking into my past? Bro's got a history! Bringing pride into like that should have irritated me. And for a moment it did, but then I understood why she did it. I thought of the heap of gifts piled behind the door at Moonlit Retreat. In her world, gifts were never just gifts. One touch, and she'd see the strings. Every lie wrapped in pretty paper. Every favor someone expected to collect later. And then she'd have to sit there and smile, listening to their lies anyway, unable to call them on it. No wonder she'd come to dislike the gifts, along with the people who brought them. Everybody lies. And if that was true, then when she reached for my hand, was it because she still hoped I'd be different? 21 years ago, a massive flood nearly wiped out half of Lucalan. It swept so much away. The statue, everything the city had spent decades building, and my mother. She reached out again, fingertips resting against the cold stone. Gold flared in her eyes, then faded as she pulled her hand back. I thought, this time, from this lost statue I might find something. Anything that could lead me to an answer about her. Maybe I should have made peace with it by now. Is that why you wanted to become a full manifestation? She only gave a small smile in answer. I couldn't think of anything comforting to say that wouldn't sound hollow, so I just stood there with her. Can I say something? If we use that ability the right way, it might help us track down whoever built the supercomputer. With that, she pulled out the envelope with the Academia Acropolis crest stamped on the front, trimmed with gold thread. Does that invitation help us right now? Of course it does! They were printed decades ago, passed down among a small, closed circle ever since. If Miss Longyan can read its history, we can trace which AI summit it came from. Then we can narrow down who was in Lucalan building a supercomputer back then. How can you be sure that person attended the summit? They'd have to. Anyone capable of building a supercomputer like that would have been on the attendee list. This invitation, I think I've seen one like it before. She broke off, one hand flying to her head. Her knees buckled, and she staggered. Longyan? My head. It hurts. Careful! Let me take a look. Prisha glanced at her terminal, and her exosuit immediately began scanning Longyan. Neural signals are spiking. Manifestation output is unstable. Looks like you overused your ability. This isn't good. We should get you back to Yggdrasil and have a theotropic nerves implant done. Theotropic nerves implant? It's a procedure only Yggdrasil can perform. In simple terms, the implant would make you a full manifestation. Your abilities would stabilize, you would have better control, you wouldn't be dragged into those uncontrollable flashbacks anymore. Still, you're still worried about me getting flooded, aren't you? I'm not afraid. Let's do it. Being flooded is a much bigger deal than you think. I understand. For me, it might bring me closer to the truth about my mother. And furthermore, you've treated me with sincerity. If this helps you, I'll take the risk. The usual glint of mischief in her eyes was gone. What remained was something pure and earnest. Without realizing it, the distance between us felt a little smaller than before. If you've made up your mind, then... Huh? We're really heading back to headquarters? No need. Did you forget what I can do? This guy, the Avatar, man. I held out my hand. Titogen flickered into existence in my palm, then vanished. Once I get a clear picture of the theotropic nerves' structure, I can build them directly in Longyan's brain. This fucking guy, bruh. Hold on, let me find somewhere to sit. I'll pull the data up. Shit. We returned to Moonlit Retreat. Frisha brought up a hologram of the theotropic nerves, their placement inside the brain laid out in crisp detail. Should I patch in the medical department? No. And we don't need the hologram anymore. Turn it off. You already memorized all that? Bro's a professional! Not exactly. I just realized there's a more reliable way to do this. I reached out, sliding a hand behind Frisha's neck to steady her and guide her closer to me. As I leaned in, she instinctively closed her eyes. I pressed my forehead to hers. Using Titogen as a medium, I extended my perception inward, tracing the structure of the theotropic nerves inside her brain. Then, I settled my other hand on the back of Longyan's head, spreading Titogen with careful precision. I followed the same process. Observe, map the structure, and construct it in the same way relative position inside Longyan's brain. After a long moment, a temporary set of theotropic nerves formed entirely of Titogen took shape within her. Done. I let go of them both. Longyan's pale gold eyes narrowed slightly, as if she were adjusting to the light around her again. How does it feel? Lighter. Louder. She shifted a hand. Flame flickered in and out across her fingertips. Even her presence felt steadier and stronger than before. The temporary procedure appeared to be a success. Alright, shall we begin? I motioned for Frisha to present the invitation. Longyan accepted it, studying the Acropolis crest as a faint crease formed between her brows. Something wrong? No. Let's begin. Both of you, please look into my eyes. In the next instant, golden light surged from her pupils, flooding the room. Look into my eyes. Ghost Rider. Wait. How am I doing on time, by the way? It's not bad. I mean, shit. As much as I want to finish it tonight, finish the story tonight, I just can't. I need to take it easy. Just go to half, like you usually do. I promise, I'm getting it. I'm getting that outfit. The three of us were still gathered around the table. The familiar letter now sat motionless on the conference table. A wash of golden haze hung in the air. Go ahead, give me a second. Okay, good. Longyan's ability had drawn the envelope's memories into the room, and we were watching them. No way! This is the Hall of Truth from decades ago! Frisha was practically buzzing with excitement, taking a couple of tentative steps. Frisha, watch your step. I'm fine. Oh wait, I've got it! She glanced down and tapped at her terminal. A moment later, both Longyan's and mine pinged. All set! I mapped the safe paths. Stay on the lines and we won't walk into anything in the real world. With that, she bolted for where the door was in the real world, right into the busiest part of the vision. Andro. I turned back. Longyan's gaze was lowered. After a moment, as if she'd finally steeled herself, she lifted her head and met my eyes. I'm sorry, Andro. Earlier, when I said I wanted to read your palm, I actually... Her eyes dropped again. She wouldn't look at me, like she was waiting for me to pass judgment. What did you see? She froze, caught off guard by how bluntly I asked. I saw what I wanted to see. Glad to hear it. What? With your ability, you've probably seen a lot you wish you hadn't. So if my past brought you even a little comfort, that's a good thing. This fucking guy is smooth as hell. Her lips pressed into a thin line. She turned away, like she didn't want me to catch the color rising in her cheeks. Hey, Adjutant, quick! Over here! Frisha waved at us from a distance, pulling us out of the moment. Well, haven't seen that. Following the path markers shown by the Ember system, Longyan and I headed over. Two people were talking beside Frisha. To my surprise, one of them was a familiar face. Wait. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Adjutant, look! It's Director Tao! Tao stood on one side of the hall. A young woman faced her from the other. Even from a distance, it was obvious they were in the middle of a heated argument. Anne? I'm sorry, Tao, but I can't entirely agree with you. AI should be treated as a tool. We shouldn't be pushing it toward autonomy. Once it starts iterating on itself again and again, it'll eventually bypass safeguards, and people will get hurt. AI exists to help humans reach their goals. It can accelerate the process, but the decisions have to stay human. Oh, okay. You're slamming the door on the future, Anne. I'm not denying AI is a tool, but throwing out an entire line of development just to avoid risk? That's overkill. Every breakthrough in AI cognition could open a new road for us. You still don't understand. This isn't a risk. It's inevitable. With Ida's current computing power, if she wanted to, she could cut power to every hospital in the city. Shut down transportation, affect other AIs, seize computing power, cripple the network, even spark a hot war. That's enough, Dr. Ann. You've made your point. We all know what AI is capable of. I support strict oversight of AI autonomy, but I can't accept your philosophy either. You claim you're putting human will first, yet you strip people of freedom. And you're gambling on whoever holds the leash to stay moral. It's archaic. To hear the Philosopher King argument in the Hall of Truth thousands of years after it was built, it's not hard to find it absurd. I understand. I still solve the problem of determining the optimal host to be its vessel. But what if we break it down? 2 parts, building the tool and choosing the vessel. What if we could cultivate a vessel ourselves? Raise someone capable of wielding this tool. Cultivate. You say AI should be treated as a tool. Then what about people? Should people be treated as tools too? Neither side budged. Tao let out a slow breath. At the same time, the other woman turned her head toward where we were standing. The moment her face came into view, Longyan whispered a word none of us expected. Mother? What? Longyan suddenly seized my hand, her grip painfully tight. The gold haze in my vision flickered, then twisted. The whole scene rippled violently, dizzying enough that I had to shut my eyes. When I opened them again, the gold-lit vision was gone, and we were standing in the courtyard of Moonlit Retreat. Longyan stared at the spot where Anne had vanished, lost somewhere far away. Longyan? Hey, are you with me? She blinked and looked at me, but there was still some emptiness in her eyes. Andrew, I finally found her. Oh, Longyan sank down, propping her forehead on the back of her hand. I couldn't read her expression. When I was 5, my mother went missing in the Great Flood. She left almost nothing behind. Even our relatives didn't know what she'd been doing all those years. Oh, right. She let out a quiet breath, like she was forcing herself to stay steady. Something just came back to me. She gestured toward the invitation on the table, then stood up and headed into the inner room. Frisha's invitation. There was one just like it among my mother's belongings. Please, come with me. Frisha and I followed. Keeping my voice low, I leaned toward Frisha. That distortion back there. Any idea what caused it? Not really. We should have the medical department run a check. If I had to guess, her ability might cause some kind of sensory bleed over. Those golden eyes indicate when her ability is active, and we weren't seeing the vision directly. We were seeing what she saw. So that distortion could have been related to her. Maybe she hasn't adapted to manifestation power yet. Maybe the load is too heavy. Or maybe she cut it off herself. Alright, let's keep an eye on her. We followed Longyan into the inner room. She unlocked a drawer in the corner. Inside were an access card, an envelope, and a handkerchief. Longyan picked up the envelope and blew the dust from its surface, revealing the crest embroidered in gold thread, dulled with age. These are all the items she left behind. I tried using them to look back before, but perhaps I wasn't strong enough. I couldn't see anything. Now though, shall we try again? Go ahead. The gold in her eyes flared once more, and the world slid back into the past. Once more, we stood in the Hall of Truth. It appeared to be another academic summit, years after the last. As I said last time, we're past the concept phase. The first build is complete. The throne system, a supercomputer built on a new model. Ask it anything and it will answer. It can show the user the paths electrons take, the forces that take shape everything, even the beginning and the end of life itself. To know everything, to do anything, I believe it's the leap that will carry humanity into a new age. Applause filled the Hall of Truth. Anne stepped back from the podium and gave a slight bow. Dr. Anne, last time you mentioned the issue of the vessel. You've built the tool, congratulations, but something this powerful. I doubt even the best minds in this hall could wield it. That's right. The amount of information the throne system can deliver would break most people in an instant. Using it demands enormous cognitive effort. This is the next phase of my work. Brain-computer interfaces. Building a bridge between information and the physical world. With the brain-computer interface, the user won't just operate the throne system. They will merge with it and access everything it can do. They will end wars, shatter the limits that have held our technology back, push the horizon of human imagination outward. They will be a guardian of the city, of humanity, of civilization. Silence fell over the hall. The audience and we, hearing it decades later, were all left speechless. After a long pause, murmurs rippled through the room, swelling into a restless din. Anne's hope Anne's hopeful gaze lowered, softened, and came to rest on the slight swell of her belly. Oh. She was already looking forward to a bright future, and to the world she would build and lead. Wait, she was pregnant? Only then did I notice, and in that same instant the color drained from Longyan's face. Longyan? She didn't answer. She just stared at her mother's smile, perfectly still. The last time she'd seen that smile had been a lifetime ago. Children from merchant families tended to wise up early. Longyan's cousins were sent off young to the Chamber of Commerce's schools. But while they drilled on the abacus, Anne took Longyan out to farms and open fields, and let her run herself tired. Most of what Longyan remembered as a young child had faded into scraps. Even so, whenever she thought back, she could almost feel that bright, warm sunlight on her skin again. Then went most often to an orchard in Lumina district, where climbing figs grew thick. The owner was said to also have roots in Shuozhou, and she had gone to great lengths to bring the trees all the way from Nanyang. Just thinking about the ice fig jelly she'd get to eat later made little Longyan's mouth water. She looked up at Anne, eyes wide and shining. Go on. Anne always wanted Longyan to feel things for herself, even if it made her look unseemingly in other people's eyes. Like now. The fig trees weren't tall, but to someone Longyan's size, the fruit might as well have been in the sky. And yet, Anne still set her on the ladder and let her climb, step by step, until she could hug the green figs tight to her chest. In that moment, the blue sky and the soft, cottony clouds felt close enough to touch. With the sun warm overhead, the air thick with the fruit's sweetness, and her mother smiling up at her from below with a basket in hand, Longyan felt so full of happiness. Mommy, do I really have to go to school? She asked in a small, almost timid voice, wondering when this easy, carefree time would end. You're only 5. There's no need to rush into school just yet. But the other kids already. One day they'll have to take over their family's business. That's why they have to do what their parents want. Then what about you, Mommy? What do you want me to... What do you want from me? Anne, who was usually so calm and composed, glanced down at the basket in her hands. She gently stirred the fruit inside, and her expression softened. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel glad you were born. And I want you to live with a heart full of love. Oh, that's it? That's it. Can you believe something so simple like that would be so hard for many of us later on? Anne lifted her gaze to the drifting clouds. I hope you'll want to protect that love. And then... She didn't finish, and back then Longyan didn't press. But today, what she'd left unsaid didn't feel like a secret anymore. It was right there, plain and cruel. And then, to become the vessel? Ooh! A shrill alarm blared from Frisia's comms terminal. At the same time, the vision around us began to shudder violently. My firewall's been breached again? I furrowed my brow and glanced at Longyan. Her eyes had gone unfocused, seemingly lost in her thoughts. Adjutant, the robots outside are out of control again. We need to... The door blew apart. Robots were already charging in. This overlay from the vision is making it hard to fight. Longyan? No response. She just stared at Anne's image, perfectly still. Frisia, plot a route. Get Marian on the line. I rushed to Longyan, grabbed her hand, and hauled her toward the exit. Her eyes were blank, only that golden hue left swirling behind them. I dragged her with me and ran. Route's up! The vision overlay makes things really difficult. Just follow the line, and you won't hit anything in the real world. As we sprinted along the marked route, Marian's call came through. Darling, just like you feared. We had countermeasures up, but Cathode Tech's firewall was still breached. Shit. Well, shit! Oh, goodness. Oh, I got plenty. Wait. Yep, I got just the right... Well, I'm gonna have to use one. It's fine. Oh, Longyan. Hey!
Allow me to scout ahead for you.
Right, she can't aim.
My, what an Consider that a lip blaze.
Still trying to get used to this.
Adjutant, this way.
Where's the next target?
Follow the route I calculated, and don't crash into the walls.
I'll try. Oh, okay. Lead me right. Huh, would you look at that?
The vision of the past is changing. Miss Longyan, are you okay?
Blaze.
If the strain from your theotropic nerves is too much, you've got to tell us.
Little girl, I can manage. Incinerate.
That's a nice crutch. Her E is a nice crutch. So this is the present, right? And then the fixed bit is the past. No!
That's better.
You know what? I don't know. Oh, okay. Look at this. Look at all this world space. Oh.
Yeah. Is that all you've got? Easier than anticipated.
I can get used to this. I just have to get close with her, this spinning move. The spinning move, yeah.
Steady my mind. Steady my mind. Become a vessel. A warm-up.
Miss Longyan, what did you say?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, I think I get it now.
A merchant never lets wealth slip away.
Oh, I don't think she meant that. I don't think your mom meant that. Right? I hope not. Or maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost got me. Oh, these are new, I just noticed. Look at these new sprites, or new enemies. They look cool.
Consider that a little. A merchant never lets wealth slip away.
Fuck, man.
All warmed up. Now where's the next target?
She's thermal. Of course, Freesia. The new Freesia. Who else is a good support for thermal?
I trust I didn't disappoint.
cold hue. Makes you look nice. Although cold, though.
A stroll in your company is not without its pleasures.
Oh. What's happening? What? This is the past.
My, what an extravagant welcome.
If I just use E, everything dies. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get some good practice in.
A merchant never lets wealth slip away.
The leftover traces of the vision are making my eyes uncomfortable. But at least we can still see the enemy.
Apologies. I failed to control my ability.
Wait, no! That's not what I meant at all! I'm not blaming you!
Oh, come on. At least there's voice acting in the
Better.
action parts. At least we can hear their voices.
Easier than anticipated.
Whoops.
Consume.
Didn't mean to do that.
Consider that a little warm-up.
Damn.
A merchant never lets wealth slip away.
Who did that? Wow. I know this is like a world space that was used in Katya's.
Is it just me? Or is their firepower intensifying?
Upon your chances. I'm afraid it's not just the Acropolis spots after us now. Combat mechs from Cathode Tech have likely joined in as well.
Yeah!
How much farther until we're out of here? All warm.
Approximately 2.5 kilometers to go.
I know this is world space reused from, or used again from Concord Ode, Katya's story. But it's still nice though.
Allow me to try.
They have make good use of it. It's the same setting after all.
Blaze! Yeah! Is that all you've got?
Ooh. Very good. So yeah, I remember doing this. Walking through here. A long time ago.
I trust I didn't disappoint.
Dude, you know what? I might just say fuck it and just pull after this when I reach half. God damn it! It's also because Supreme Battleground is about to end too. Damn it. Okay. On countless sleepless nights, before yet another day of seeing the cutthroat truth of the business world, Longyan clung to the warmth and had left behind. She was worn down to the bone. But if it were her mother's wish, maybe she could hold on a little longer. That was how she made it this far, by hanging on to the memory of those clear, sunny days. But just moments ago, that warmth had curdled. Her mother's gentle eyes suddenly looked different. What if we could cultivate a vessel ourselves? Raise someone capable of wielding this tool? The vessel. Was she the vessel? She kept running, but the thought of Anne's distant face made the way out feel impossibly far. As she was lost in thought, gunfire cracked ahead. Longyan jerked sideways on instinct, but a searing blast was still cutting straight toward her. Suddenly, a tall figure stepped in front of her. An energy shield flared to life from his armored forearm, ringing with sharp impacts as it caught the incoming rounds. Your vision overlay is still active? Yes. Yours is gone already? Yeah. Can you try to drop yours? Whoa! As we spoke, several combat mechs emerged at the far end of the street. Gun ports along their arms snapped open, unleashing a brutal barrage. I raised my arm and took the fire. Frisha used the opening, pushing through the Ember Systems link and locking the mechs down. Only 1 kilometer to go. I looked up. Cathode Technologies tower loomed ahead. Straight away up front. We need to sprint. But I still... Sorry about this. Before she could finish, I scooped her up and sprinted for Cathode Technologies as muzzle flashes lit the street. Adjutant, if you and Frisha aren't being affected anymore, wouldn't it be better to leave a burden like me behind? Her words brushed my ear, barely louder than breath. She turned her face away in my arms, white hair spilling across her cheek. I couldn't see her expression. A burden? Why would you say that? If I'm not a burden, then why did you pick me up? After that vision, I felt like a wall had gone up between us again. She slipped back into her guarded self, weighing every word and watching my face. Simple. Because our relationship isn't the kind where I can just leave you behind when things get dangerous. Oh? Then what is it? The kind where we can drop the formalities and just call each other by name. The kind where we have history, debts, and too much between us to walk away. As I ran, her body bounced in my arms with every stride. But after those words, the tension in her shoulders eased. Slowly, almost without realizing it, she leaned into my chest. I don't know what you saw back there, but don't go making up stories in your head, okay? Otherwise, I might change my mind. Alright, I won't say things like that again. On the last stretch of the Cathode Technologies, the murk in Longyan's vision began to thin. Lukalan's sunlight cut through again, bright and clear. Adjutant, we made it! But the moment she spoke, red infrared beams crisscrossed the area. An alarm wailed. Drones spilled out of the tower in black swarm, and Cathode Technologies' combat mechs closed in from every direction. Oh no! Did the throw system breach Cathode Technologies already? Just then, a figure barreled into the swarm of machines, dragging a large sword behind her. Combat mechs split under the blade, wreckage skittering across the street. Probably beyond repair. You sure this is okay? Nice to see you, Acacia. Sorry that your banner, you and Marian's banner, was cut short by 6 days. This isn't the time to worry about losses. Just don't let them break past the perimeter and reach civilians. Marian folded her wings and touched down lightly in front of me. Acacia ran up a beat later with her sword. Darling, did we just make it in time? Sooner than I expected. How'd you get her so fast? We discovered traces of Sophie beneath the tree in Ulster. Figured she'd already doubled back to Lukalan. By the time we got your call, we were already on our way back. Darling, 30% of Cathode Tech's firewall has already been breached. We need a plan. The main armory's still holding. We have to... Right. Let's get to the command room. We'll talk on the move. Marian led us deeper into the tower. Cathode Technologies' well-trained security team had things under control, at least for now, and we made our way through the tower smoothly. The moment we stepped into the command room, the tension of the situation hit like a wall. There weren't many operators. Keystrokes hammered non-stop as everyone worked at full speed, trying to hold the line against whatever was ripping through the firewall. You're here! Give me an update. The firewall is no more than half compromised. Class A assets are being brought online, armored vehicles, short-range missiles, and even cruise missiles. What are they targeting? Aside from a few scattered points in Lumina District, most of the firepower is zeroed in on this tower. Then we evacuate civilians in Lumina District first. Marian turned to me, her expression grave. I can't let civilians get caught up in this. Darling, can you hold things down here? I'll take a team out to contain the fallout. No, you can't go! You're the key! What? Adjutant, Marian can't leave. As long as she's here, the throne system can't get past the biometric lock. Marian, come here. I'm inside Cathode Tech's firewall system. The hard reset needs a key, your Face ID. Look here, nod, shake your head, then blink. Marian, do what Freesia says. Alright. Key verified. Reset sequence initiated, shutting down control consoles. The command room plunged into darkness, every light cut out at once. A straight line appeared on every screen. Rebooting. Rebooting. Alert, firewall under attack. Compromised nodes, 24. Alert, firewall under attack. Compromised nodes, 393. It's working! The count was climbing, but the tension in the room somewhat eased. No, something's off. Breach is still accelerating. Marian, again! Oh, okay. Acacia, get to the Lumina District and start evacuating. I'm going outside to neutralize the assets hitting the tower. Freesia, the firewall is yours. One more time. Nod, shake your head, blink. Freesia held her terminal up to Marian with one hand and gave me a thumbs up with the other. Go, Adjutant. Leave this to Professor Freesia. Andro, can I assist as well? I can assist as well. God damn it. Let me go to Lumina District and help with the evacuation. The chamber has enough influence across Lucalan to smooth things over. Miss Acacia is more than capable. She can cover the tower. You stay in the command room and run things from here. Ada and Sophie still haven't shown themselves, right? That makes sense. But will you be okay on your own? I'm not a helpless damsel. A handful of robots won't be a problem. She smiled. A small flame flared to life in her palm. I looked to the others. Our collaboration thus far had already earned Longyan some trust. Acacia was the first to nod. Aw. Professor Freesia nodded too. Marian shook her head. Then she blinked. Oh, that was for key verification. Of course I don't object. Alright. Thank you, Longyan. We'll stay in touch on comms. Longyan nodded. Acacia stepped over and gave me a quick kiss before the two of them turned and headed for the door. Marian, hold the terminal. The breach is accelerating. I need to figure out a way to cut it off. Freesia handed Marian the terminal and stepped up to the control console. Warning banners flooded the screens. The red glow reflected in Freesia's eyes. Her exosuit extended a set of connectors and hooked into the console. Dozens of small windows appeared across the display. Data tore past in massive streams, and her suit began to emit a low, resonant whine. The Ember system engaged its countermeasures, locking onto the supercomputer. Freesia hammered in commands. I couldn't follow most of it, and I wasn't about to distract her. Wait, is she taking over the company's compute resources? Then what about the firewall? The operator hesitated, looking to Marian. We're on the same side, me, her, and Andro. Don't overthink it. Understood. I just thought I should flag it. Got it. Compute loaded and online. You've been chewing on our firewall this whole time. Having fun? Now let's see how you can handle me. More interfaces snapped into place on the console. The whine of her exosuit rose like an engine hitting full throttle. Oh, look at her smiling. Stupid system, eat this! She slammed the execute command button. The operations center lights snapped back to life, to full. The compromised node count dropped to 0 and stayed there. I've just reached Lumina District. We haven't even started evacuating, it's already finished? Hold on! Not finished yet! Headquarters, did you see that? We saw it. Yogurt, now. Oh, okay. Ganges and Yogurt, silent on the channel until now, answered immediately. Yggdrasil headquarters have been watching this fight the whole time. Adjutant, we did it! Her exosuit had been running at full load, venting heat until she was soaked with sweat. Damn. Still, she beamed at me, clearly waiting for a praise. Let me guess. You hit back, breached the throne system's own firewall, and got a read on where its mainframe is? Bingo! It's re-encrypted the coordinates instantly, layer after layer. But I'd already forwarded them to Ganges and Yogurt. I improvised it on the spot. Hit it while it was fully occupied with the attack. One clean counterstrike, and its location leaked for a split second. I caught that split second. Ganges and Yogurt jumped on the moment the signal popped. With the team decoding at full speed, we'll have the real location at any second now. I was about to praise her, but when something we'd overlooked in the chaos hit me. One question. Huh? Ganges and Yogurt together. Are they faster than Ida? I can't say for sure, but on pure decryption speed, they shouldn't be far off. Worst case, they were a few minutes behind, and spinning up that much compute takes time. I doubt Sophie wants to fight us head on. No sooner had she said it, and everything went sideways. Sensing the pushback, the throne system doubled down, forcing its way into every electronic device it could reach. Terminals, public displays, even TVs on the street. Every screen showed the same image, a blood-red background and a six-tailed fox, its silhouette eerie, unnatural. It stared out from the display, no movement, no expression, like a god. Then the image tore and buckled, shattering into a glitching mosaic. Alarms wailed across Lucalan, spilling into every street and alley. Warning, unauthorized unit integration attempt in progress. Integration failed, initiating rejection protocol. Wait, that's how it ends? Oh man. Oh, what? Alright. Oh, no, oh, next one. Oh yeah, that's right. I said I ended off in search. But then next is progress, and then 3 actions, and then 3 more. Story, then the boss, and then yeah. I don't think I can do this in an... Well, it's only an hour and 58 minutes. I gotta spend it. Maybe I will. Oh yeah, that's right, she's in Lumina District. I'll use Freesia.
Adjutant, those coordinates we extracted when breaching the throne system? They seem to be at a seafloor mining pit that's been abandoned for ages. Let me check how to get over there.
Easiest, quickest way.
It's like they don't even calculate their odds of success.
Nice and quick. Whoa! Nah, she's too fast for this, baby. Damn. Stamina. Easy peasy.
Should I...
Get fucked on. Get fucked.
got it! We can follow the old train tracks to the seafloor mine. As for where the tracks are, they should be by the platform over there.
Damn, you really froze all this shit, Edgerton. Goddamn. Bro froze all this. Damn it.
Gun doesn't have an auto-load program? That's their weakness? Noted.
Oh, what? It's always the guys with the shields.
Your defeat was statistically inevitable.
But at least they ain't got no yellow bars.
Adjutant, tell me, can you see any improvement?
Yes! Yes, I do. Don't ask why. Don't ask what. Ah, shit. I gotta decide now, man. Come on. It's 4:30 a.m. and it's... Can I do it? I've gotten this much progress done. Yeah, all the way. All the way to progress 6. I gotta, and then another half. I gotta do it again. It's gonna be like 4 hours. Nah, you know what? Nah. I'll end it off here. But I am constricted for time. Because, you know, as the game came back, it came back censored. Heavily censored. And then, of course, it took time for the passionate Snowbreak bros to push out a fix to uncensor everything again. Took their passion and hard work, time, and now is the time. And hey, Achel, what's it called? Supreme Battleground is about to end in a day, and I would like young Longyan to do this. I would like for her to do this, like right now. But then I would have to level her up and whatnot and do all that stuff. That'll be its own video, which I will make likely tomorrow. Yeah, likely tomorrow. So then I can get it done before it's over. So let me enjoy myself right now and do a few pulls. Right. Let me just all the way back to when this game first came out a long time ago and remove a random disconnected random friend. Okay, there you go. Yay, you're here. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. This is like the only character I've decided to pull mid-story. It's a unique moment because, you know, the game was offline for 2 months. But yeah. So I have approximately, how many pulls? 116 pulls and 50 for the weapon. But I'm gonna get that weapon within at least 10 pulls? Maybe 1? So yeah. Longyan, I hope she comes early. I hope she arrives early. So let's have some fun and pull. Okay, everything's working good. Been waiting for this. The most heartfelt moments are yet to come. Maybe the game will use my Longyan when I have her leveled up when I do the story. But yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna get this outfit. I'm gonna get that shit. Yes, the time locked one, yes. Well then, how far will you go? 100? Less? How far? Do I really need to do this? Everybody's already at M5. I think I'm just gonna skip this. I don't want to take too long. So it was Yao. Every 4-star I have is already M5, and I've already seen it countless times. Okay. I'm at 100, 15. Let's keep going. Until the end. Practically guaranteed for everybody. Goodness gracious. I still can't believe it came to that, all because of them trying to get more publicity and trying to collab to be more, a little more mainstream, well-known, and it just ends up like this. So many bitter people in the world that just can't mind their own goddamn business. Always like that. And plus, it's a game, goddammit. Enjoy your game while we enjoy ours. Come on. It's not like yours is any more lustful than ours. Shit. The hell am I even saying right now? Okay. I might make the video after I end this one, because it's leveling her up is gonna be quick. Then test running her is it's like a fly, easy moment. Received, very good. 45, 76. That's still a lot of pulls. Well, you might pull. I'm pulling on the guarantee because it's to 100. Because 50-50 is 80. Yeah, I'm good. Ah, wifey. She's uncensored too. Ah, it's great. Everyone is in their uncensored glory, as they should be in their original state. You're gonna take me all the way to 100, aren't you? Of course you would. Of course. Of course. I got lucky with Boo Boo, so I should be used to this. What was the last character I pulled for? Shit. Before this patch? Oh! Acacia, come on. Come on. I should know that. It should be obvious. Wow, 2 perps. At least I get the extra, what's it called? Oh, Cherno, when do you get your new one? I guess I get extra of this stuff. I keep going to finish, and then I like to see the numbers. See where they reach. 75 out of 100. Yeah, you're really taking me the stretch. All the way. All the way. There you are, baby! There you are! 75. It took 75 in the 10. So 85 pulls to get you. Yay! 2.
Marion Andriotti. Lovely to meet you.
Oh man, seeing you when your very first exosuit to now. Crazy. Crazy stretch.
Naruse Haru, Heimdall Force, awaiting orders.
Especially you, oh my god. And you were actually one of the first characters I mained too. Right next to Wifey. Crazy. That was so long ago. God damn. I wonder, what is your... Everything's still working? Yes. How is your animation gonna be like?
It was you, Adjutant, who brought me back to the mortal world. So please, ensure you take good care of me.
Oh, splendid. I can already envision the solo for her PR run. Oh, I'm gonna have to make it... I'm gonna have to do a lot of practice for you. Because right now, I suck. I suck playing with you. Trying to work your kit. I really suck. But there's always starters. Always beginnings. Nice addition with the trees. Nice little additions. Nice. Very nice. Nice to see you. I'll finish out everybody else.
Destruction, rebirth, destruction, rebirth.
Pretty much my job description.
You know what? Especially you. Nita, you and Haru. My god. Both of you glowed up real good. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Glorious. Glorious. 15. Alright. Well, would you look at that? I still have 36 more. And who would I use that on? It's gonna expire in 2019, and I saw that someone said that Mia and Frisch, yeah, Mia's rerunning. I don't really need her manifestations. I'm only gonna get her weapon, so I'm gonna keep pulling. Oh shit, I'm gonna keep pulling until I exhaust all of it.
I want to remember you. You're important to me.
I've done you so wrong, Cyrus, because I have your new frame. You came free. But I haven't leveled you up. I don't have enough resources. Wow, you came twice. I don't have Freesia. I don't... Oh, no. I don't have Finny. I don't have Finny. Damn it. I don't have Pure Heart. It's a shame. I just didn't have enough, and plus I was saving more for new operatives like Longyan. Because I also want everybody to be in the dorm. And I'm glad Tess finally got her spot in the dorm, because she had been out of it for the longest time. I was gonna work with just 6. Okay. It was Nita and ya. How many do I have now of these? Now that I've... Okay, how do I do this? I'm just gonna do one at a time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. Okay, and then 6. That should be the last of the timed... oh wow. Who was it? I'll just... might as well. Wifey?
Marian
No.
Andreotti. Lovely to meet you.
It was... She has a different symbol. I can't. Marian! Lovely. Okay, looks good. Alright, I exhausted all of the free pulls for this banner. 39 out of 100 for the next operative, whoever that is. Whoever. Oh my god, I'm that close, and I have 50? Shit. Shit. Come on, it has to come in this pull right here. Come on. Has to be. Has to be here. Oh yeah. Alright. I do need a few more of those. I'd love to have this T5'd. Very nice. Porcelain Grace. And you get 25 from that. Sweet. Very good. I'll skip the rest. Yeah, exact good. Glad I did. Very good. Now I can save 40. Okay, 40. I think I can get Mia's weapon. I think. It depends how lucky I get. 72 though. If I don't, then so be it. Fuck. Or, I mean I can actually, because I have extra of these. I really want Mia's weapon. Okay. Fuck yeah. Nice to have you in the team, Longyan. Oh, even though I didn't finish the story yet. Let me at least outfit you with the latest. There you are. Yay! You're here! Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna finish your story. When you're fully leveled and kitted out. Oh, and you're gonna need some affection too. You're completely new. Sweet. Very good. Very, very good. Yes. I need to get those. Allow me to outfit her. Just this stuff, this few stuff, and then I'll be it. Because then the rest will be for the next video, which will be me leveling and testing her in the PL. Shushao? God, I can't speak Mandarin, man. I can't do it. It's too hard. I tried learning I tried learning Chinese in high school, and I fucking failed that shit. I got a 60 in that damn class. I had some cool classmates too, though. That made it bearable.
Ooh, a new snack.
What? Hold on. What does Ching-He look like? Ching-He or Ching-He? I don't know. New snack. I see the kind of woman you are, Yachel. I see. Okay, I see. I kind of want to re-roll these damn. God damn it! This should be for the other video. I want perfection with you, Longyan, because I intend to M5 you. And I don't typically do that. Because I just think you're quite swell. Jesus, they all need to be re-rolled. Okay, let me re-roll each once. No. Each twice. God. Okay, there we go. Success. As long as I get either attack or alignment index, whichever percentage, I don't care. As long as I get those. Perfect. Last one. Make it easy for me. Son of a bitch.
Ooh, a new snack.
It's with Ching-He. Oh, perfect. Good. And it only cost me 500. Very good. I'll get this, but I'll hold off on the figurine. That's for when I finish the story. Very good. That's for your signature. Your beautiful signature. And then the rest for the other video. How does it look, by the way? I just need to see this. How long am I even going on right now? God damn. It's supposed to be fucking first half of Winds of Warmth. 2 hours and 18. Jeez. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. You look dashing. Oh, that's right. SMGs. So you share wifey's attachments. Maybe that's part of the reason why I like you. Because you shared. That's disgusting, by the way. Christ. Yeah, optimal range and attack boost. Very nice. That's for this thing when I level it up, so I'll attach it when I get to there. Then, oh, reload speed or accuracy? Obviously, I'm going to use what was preferred. Oh. Perfect. Those. Wow. They look even better. That also kind of matches, but it's too technological instead of traditional, fantastical. That's nice. That's really nice. That's exquisite. And then this one's gonna be the... It's gonna look the same. Stability attack. Yeah. That's what I thought. Laser, where'd you get that from? Oh, it's a laser too! A thick laser. Good. But then again, I could T2 Porcelain Grace instead of getting Mia's signature. No, that would not be good. That would not be nice. Mia needs her signature. She needs it. I was sad when I couldn't get it. It's time to retire this damn weapon. I need it. Well, alright. That was the first half of Winds of Warmth. I rolled for Longyan early so I can level her up in a moment when I end this, after I end this video. So I can actually use her in Supreme Battleground because it ends in a day. And I don't want to take any chances on missing out on that. She's the only character I pulled early before I'm finishing the main story on. Yeah, because special circumstances. Special circumstances. Only in this game, right? Snowbreak. Only for Snowbreak, right? Because this truly is a special game. It's special. And y'all know what I mean when it's special. Come on. We all feel it. We all have that feeling in our hearts. Oh, great. Enough of the sappy shit. Corny sappy shit. Okay. It is... If you don't fucking... Alright. It's 4:51 a.m. It is super late as hell. I'm gonna go level up Longyan as soon as I end this. And then post it on later. But yeah, that's it for me. And until the next one. Which will be 2 videos. Leveling up Longyan and whatnot. And Supreme Battleground and finishing the story. It's quite a lot. Alright, that's it. Bye-bye.